Ice and flames call my name. I freeze, I burn, I blame.
Hello everybody, it's Pimo here. Today we'll be reviewing the G502 from Logitech. But first, don't forget to like the video if you like the video and subscribe to the channel. Also don't forget, I stream on Twitch every Sunday and Thursday at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Hope to see you there. The Logitech G502 is a phenomenal mouse. I've been using it for the last month or so, I'm going to say. So this is going to be a little bit of a personal more review because I've been using this and I like it. Everybody's going to have their own opinion on this mouse. So other than that, we're just going to keep on chugging. First things first, the specs. Logitech G502 is 5.2 inches by 2.95 by 1.57. Now, this in millimeters is going to be 132 by 75 by 40. It weighs 4.3 ounces and is 114 grams. It also comes with 16 gram weights or a half an ounce. Comes with the Hero 25K sensor, which is a phenomenal sensor. It's been used on many Logitech mouses recently. Goes from 100 to 25,600 DPI. Has a 1,000 hertz polling rate. A 32-bit microprocessor in this little fancy little mouse. 48-hour battery life with the RGB on. With the RGB off, it's 60 hours, as well as with charging it with the USB port, it's a 5 for 5 minutes. You get 2.5 hours of play, which isn't bad if you think about it. It also is compatible with the Logitech PowerPlay, which we will also be talking about in this video, as well as showing off. It has two RGB profiles, which is going to be the G and this little bar thing right here, which is generally used for the battery life to show how much the battery life you have. Or if you customize it through the software, it will show really anything. It kind of varies. You can kind of set this up to be whatever you want. It uses mechanical switches for the buttons, as well as it comes with a 2-year warranty. That goes for the specs. Now we have to get to the PowerPlay. The PowerPlay is what it sounds like, and I'm just going to move this box because I'm propping the mouse with the PowerPlay box. PowerPlay is what it sounds like. It is a wireless charging port for charging station. It's a wireless charging station. You know, if I could talk today, it'd be awesome. It's a wireless charging station for the Logitech wireless mouses. It's a fantastic way of doing it. I've had no issues so far. It's kept my mouse completely running this month. It'll keep it from anywhere from 88% is about the low as it's going to let it get to somewhere, I want to say 95 is about as high as the battery will get, but it'll keep it in that area. The dongle, the USB little dongle that comes in it has to be inside of the mouse so it can connect to the PowerPlay. It also comes with 2 mouse pads to go on top of the wireless charging pad. I don't use them because I still think they're too hard. I have my own little mouse pad that I just roll over it. So any mouse pad's fine. If you have one you really like and it fits better with your style of setup, go with that one. Other than that, it's the software. It's Logitech software. Logitech software is amazing. You can customize about anything on this mouse and a little bit on the PowerPlay. You can customize the RGB, which is, of course, you're going to customize the RGB. I keep it as a static white because it matches my build a little better and also the rest of the setup. But you can have these kind of do any kind of animations, from breathing to static to reacting to the music, things like that. It's all in the software. You can also sync them all up. So my mouse, my PowerPlay, and the keyboard are all synced through Logitech software. Speaking of my keyboard, stay tuned. I'll be showing you guys off my new Logitech keyboard and showing you a review as well as what I think of my new Logitech keyboard. So don't forget to subscribe for that. You can also, with the Logitech software, it comes with profiles on each game that they have in the system. For instance, Borderlands 3, you can set each key on the Logitech to react instantly. So if I, for instance, want to have my little button right here, which I think doesn't really do much otherwise in Borderlands 3, be my action skill, I can just move my thumb very quickly, hit my action skill, and my MOUSES can just jump into Iron Bear and wreck some fools. Things like that. And it also, you can carry these over from one game to another. So if you have certain keys that you want to keep on to certain games, say from Borderlands, you want to make sure you have all your normal keys, like say throwing grenades, shooting, of course, crouching, things like that, and transfer them over to say Fortnite, you can. I don't know if Fortnite's on there, actually. It's just an example. Don't listen to the games. You're more worried about the profiling. You can also customize the Dpi polling rate. The Dpi polling rate is set to a max of 3200, then 16, then I want to say 800, 400, and is the lowest. I think there's one right between those two. That really is normal for most mouses. You don't need more than that for most games unless you're a super esports guy, or you really like having a higher DPI setting. It's all preference on that end. I leave it as is. It's perfectly fine. Other than that, that pretty much does it for the software. So let's move on to testing and hearing the mouse. So in conclusion, who do I recommend the Logitech G502 for, especially the wireless version? You could get the wired version. It's much cheaper. Retail-wise, at time of recording, I want to say this is about 120, 140. I'll post a link down below, the Amazon link, of what this costs. The wired version's 50. I bought this significantly cheaper online, brand new, with the Logitech. I still get the Logitech warranty. Same thing with the Power Play. I got this extremely cheap considering, as I did with my keyboard. Everything I buy, I ruthlessly make sure I get the cheapest I can, as well as making sure it's either brand new or I trust that I can make sure that I can send it back and get my money back. So don't dive into this unless you're sure of what you're buying and if you have the money for it. But for general use, Logitech G502 is a great mouse. The sensors are phenomenal. I have yet to have it have any issue. The DPI profile settings, I haven't used them. I've used them occasionally in a couple games, actually, now that I think about it. But it's not a deal breaker for me that to be there or not. The sniper mode, I've used it a couple times. It's actually not a horrible idea if you're really trying to pinpoint that head and you're really far away. You can macro these keys to be anything. I just left them as is because I wanted to see how it felt by default, and it's amazing. I'm coming from a I want to say a G205 or a G225, M205. Sorry, it's a trackball mouse either way from Logitech, and that's where I'm coming from. So moving from this to having to move my wrist/arm, it's been a little different, but I mean, it has not been a hard change. This is a very easy mouse to train yourself to go to. It took me maybe a day at most to get it all set up, and my mouse memory changed. Other than that, I believe the G502 is a great, phenomenal mouse. I think I've said that like 5 times now. Thanks everybody for tuning in. Don't forget to like the video if you like the video. Subscribe to the channel. Also, don't forget I stream on Twitch every Sunday and Thursday at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Hope to see you there. Also, don't forget, I have been doing reviews lately. Last 2 I did was on the Secret Labs chair as well as my Red Dragon Yama keyboard. Also, stay tuned and get subscribed. That way you can also see my next one, which will be on the Logitech keyboard I have. You'll definitely want to get started with that. I love that one, and I think you will too. Thanks again for tuning in, guys, and have a great day.